Is 2025 going to be the year of the haves and the have-nots across the NFL? We're exploring that today on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate y'all being here very, very much.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Technically, happy Thursday.
I know.
We're recording on Thursday. Peek
What do you
behind the curtain. Feels nice to let it loose, though. We've had a lot of big picture, serious conversation. MVPs, coaches of the year, how many games every single team is going to win, who's going to win every game in week one. It was a very productive week.
Yeah.
But, man, that was back into regular season flow versus offseason was so relaxed.
Yeah.
So here we are back on a Friday. All of our boxes checked, I's dotted, T's crossed. Takes time.
All right, let's get into this. The first one today comes from Daniel, who says this NFL season will have double-digit 12-win teams and double-digit 6-11 or worse teams.
So I want to count. I have my playoff predictors up right now, and I want to count how many. Do I want to do the upper end of this or the lower end of this first?
Do the upper end.
So it's 6 12-plus win teams?
Double-digit 12-plus win teams.
I have the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the LA Rams, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
You're closer than I am. You have 7. I only have 4. Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles. That's it.
I do have 7. I thought I had 6. Draft Dudes do math. How many did we have last year?
I don't know.
I'm going to pull that up if you'd like to talk while I count.
Do we have, I guess what's interesting to me is we have the same, no, I was going to say, do we combined have 10 different teams? We don't, because my 4 are included in your 7.
League had 7 last year, 12-plus win teams last year.
I'm thinking less. You're thinking the same.
And I have the same. Yeah, the 8th team last year had 11, and then the 9th team had 10 wins last year.
Now, here's a caveat of mine. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 11-win teams.
Oh, so you're on the doorstep. As far as 11-win teams, I have Kansas City and Denver. And that's it.
Well, actually, that takes us combined to 8 because I had Kansas City as a 13-win team. So we have combined 8 different teams projected to win 12 or more games. Okay, on the other side of that, 6-win teams. The take says there will be double digits. I don't have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9.
Say the names, coward.
Jets, Colts, Raiders, Browns, Titans, Saints, Giants, Panthers, Bears.
So this is 6 wins or less?
6 wins or less.
I have the New York Jets at 5-12. I have the Las Vegas Raiders at 6-11. I have the Tennessee Titans at 5-12. I have the Indianapolis Colts at 3-14. I have the Carolina Panthers at 4-13. I have the New Orleans Saints at 2-15. And I have the New York Giants at 6-11. So I have 8.
So last year in the NFL, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11. There's 11, 6.
Those the have-nots showed up last year.
So this is not that spicy of a take. It's.
I think the losses is not that spicy.
Yeah,
but also the threshold was 12 for wins on the upper end and then 11 losses on the lower end. I think it'd have been more spicy if it was 5-win teams or less.
Yeah, so 12 kind of being the defining piece of that.
Yeah.
So I disagree. I disagree with this.
I also disagree. Don't spike the ball if you're right.
Yeah, for sure. Austin coming in with the biggest talking point in the NFL right now. NFL red zone. The eye roll. If you're on YouTube, that was the biggest eye roll I've ever seen from Kyle. NFL red zone is for people who don't actually like watching football but have fantasy football leagues.
I personally do not consume red zone. It's overwhelming for me. I like to get into like the flow of the game and understand like the story a game tells instead of the microwave society element of give me 30 seconds of something new in every different game for different stimulus to give me constant dopamine hits for 7 hours. But I don't say that like if you're a red zone person, then I sincerely feel for you because of the changes and adding commercials to red zone. And that's everybody was super distraught about that yesterday. And when your favorite things go through change and it's not pleasant changes, like that sucks. So like I'm sympathetic, but I physically, my body is incapable of caring less about what is happening with red zone.
I'm with you. Red zone does have more of a purpose for me than it sounds like it does for you. I agree with you that I would not sit down and just watch red zone. That's not for me. Because I do want to actually understand the context and flow of a game. And like you said, the storylines that exist. What red zone does for me is it's a second screen. And that way I can see, those big plays, those kind of high leverage moments while I am watching an actual football game. So it's a second screen thing for me. I'm never sitting down and watching red zone.
Right.
Next one comes from Chris. And I am really interested in your thoughts here because I've read this probably 10 times and I don't see where Chris is going. Players should not be penalized for tripping. Football is a physical sport, and there are countless physically imposing things that players do on a weekly basis without incurring a foul. But if you stick your leg out and another player trips over it, that's a foul.
So you understand what he's saying, though?
I do understand what he's saying. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why wouldn't that be a foul? Right?
How's
like,
it any different than holding?
Right. That's exactly where my mind went. It's
right.
Like it's an unfair physical act that restricts the intent. Like it's not the same as tackling or, press coverage or a pass rush move. It's
right.
like,
unless you want to get rid of all holdings and chop blocks, I think peel back blocks. I think you have a better case to get rid of the penalties for peel back blocks than you do for. And then if they do it egregiously, then you would just call it unnecessary roughness than you would for getting rid of tripping.
Tripping is necessary just like illegal hands to the face is necessary. You know what I mean? Like it falls under that. To me, it's that criteria of physical act. So
I'm selling this take.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was something that I was missing because Chris is a good dude. Like we have some of my favorite conversations I have are with Chris. I was like, what is he after here? And I didn't see it, and you don't either. All right, coming up next, Bub has maybe the spiciest take I've ever seen.
Oh boy.
And a really interesting thought on trade requests. We'll get into that here next. Folks, be sure to stick with us. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in less than 60 seconds. I've been playing Prize Picks lately, and it's so much fun to stay locked in on Prize Picks for the entire season. I love checking projections like Josh Allen for more or less than 270 passing yards or Saquon Barkley for more or less than 1 rushing touchdown. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. They follow what moves them every time they drive. And that's what makes Mazda stand out. They go beyond safety, style, and performance to deliver a driving experience that feels alive in every detail. And Mazda offers more than safety. It's won more 2025 IIHS Top Safety Plus picks awards than anyone else. And you can feel it the moment you get behind the wheel. The smooth handling, intuitive controls, and standard all-wheel drive are in every crossover SUV. Whether it's a quick drive to practice or a weekend road trip, Mazda makes even everyday drives feel special. It's the small details that makes the big plays, and just like there's more to every player, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. All right, Bub put this in writing, so we got to address it. And he doubled down. He had this one last week when Micah Parsons blew up takes on takes, and he said, get to this. He said, get to this. So we're going to get to this. The Carolina Panthers will have a better scoring offense than the Kansas City Chiefs.
They will not. When's the last time this was true?
Oh, it's probably been a while.
Do you want to pull up the Panthers or do you want to pull up the Chiefs?
I'll pull up the Panthers.
All right.
And
we're using scoring offense, so this is points.
Points. Yeah. So the thing about I know the Chiefs have been 15th in scoring offense the last 2 years. So that's probably what he's thinking about. Carolina was, here we go. Why is it giving me offensive? 23rd in scoring last year, 31st, 20th.
Okay. Now you got to go back to 2007 or 2016 before the last time that the Chiefs were not a top 6 scoring offense. Was Carolina top 6 scoring offense any years between 2022 and 2017?
No, they haven't. They have not been.
Okay. What were they in 2016?
15th.
The Chiefs were 13th that year. So we're going to keep going. How about 2015?
Yeah, they were number 1. That was their 15.
15 in 1 year.
Yeah, yeah.
Kansas City was 9th that year.
So there it is.
A bit of decade since the last.
So you need
time.
NFL MVP Cam Newton. He's not there.
And you need Alex Smith throwing to Jeremy Maclin.
It's not unlike what the. No, I'm just kidding.
What year was it where the Chiefs didn't have a wide receiver catch a touchdown pass?
I'll never forget. It was like it was like a 20-game streak of like a no receiver caught a touchdown.
Was it 2012 when they went 2 and?
It's one of the most insane things ever. It was like Dwayne Bowe was their guy, and didn't he get hurt or something?
Dwayne Bowe had 3 touchdown catches in 2012, so it wasn't that year. And then Andy Reid came to town after that, and it's the book's been written ever since.
Bub, my guy, spike the ball. Spike the ball hard.
If you're right, spike the ball. Yep.
Hard. All right, Bills Beats says this, and it's interesting, and I'm curious if you think this is a good idea. Next time the CBA is renegotiated, the NFLPA should include a caveat in a player contract in which if a player formally requests a trade, the team has 1 calendar year to fulfill the request or negotiate a new deal, or the player's contract is waived and they become a free agent.
Why would the league ever agree to this?
I have no idea.
Players Association have to offer the owners in negotiations.
20 games? 20 games?
20 games and 2% more in the revenue split.
Right. Yeah.
The owners will no. And it's not that I don't think that idea has some merit for benefits to the players, but it's got to make sense for both sides. And something like that, just how many trade requests would you get every year? Oh, I'm going to guarantee myself to hit free agency or get a new contract or be traded.
Players take pay cuts to get to free agency a year quicker.
Yeah. It'd be a big punt for owners that I just can't comprehend that. Now, if you gave them 3 more games and 2% more of the annual revenue split, like maybe you could throw enough money at them when they wouldn't care.
I appreciate that this is a take that kind of leans into the spirit of what this podcast is intended to be, but it was also one where I'm like, am I missing something here? And I don't think I am. Here's a spicy one, Kyle. I had some spicy ones. Here's another one from Casey. Harold Fannin Jr. That's a rookie tight end from the Browns.
Yes.
will lead all rookie tight ends in touchdown catches, but will not finish in the top 5 in snaps. So more than Colson Loveland, more than Tyler Warren, more than Mason Taylor, more than Elijah Arroyo.
I'm going to do a thing.
Will Harold Fannin catch a touchdown pass this year?
It's a great question.
Like, I'm not sure he will. Unless you're just thinking Stefanski, 2 tight ends, and there'll be some plays, and maybe there could be, but
yeah, I think he'll catch a touchdown. I don't think he'll. I think it's. Do you see the pathway? Because it's a variance thing and a red zone package, maybe. Sure. And if the young quarterbacks end up playing and he's a young player, so maybe he's got a little bit better chemistry, sure. David Njoku's had some durability stuff. Could you see that adding up for you? Sure. But I won't bet on it. There's a spike the ball if you're right.
Yeah, another spike the ball if you're right. I don't see this. I don't think he will. I don't think it'll be close, to be honest with you. Joe at work. Now, we've had some spicy ones, and this one doesn't feel spicy to me at all. The take is that Jeff Hafley, that's the Packers defensive coordinator, becomes a head coach in 2026 before any of these other defensive coordinator candidates. This is who he lists: Vance Joseph, Brian Flores, Vic Fangio, and Jesse Minter.
Oh, he might have had me until he threw Minter in there. If Minter has another strong season, I feel like he's a good candidate. The ship has sailed on Vic, right? Like Vic's not going to be a head coach again in the NFL.
He's going to be the DC for the Eagles until he's done coaching.
For Brian, he's still got an open litigation suit against the league. Like, I feel like something like that probably has to be resolved before Brian gets momentum to be a head coach again. Would you agree with that statement?
I agree.
And that leaves who? Vance Joseph?
Vance Joseph.
I think Vance has a good chance too. If that defense is again what it was last year, that would be like Vance has been a hot name for a while, but the product hasn't matched it. And now if you start to get the product that matches the reputation that he has as a coach, that would be one I could see coming together as well.
I think that's a good way to phrase that on Vance. If Flores had that resolved, I think he'd have a good shot. I don't know. Do you think any of these guys are head coaches in 2026?
No. Maybe Vance, now that I've talked my way through it.
But if you had to pick one of these to be a head coach in 2026, who would it be?
Vance.
Predictably. Vance. And if Flores gets that resolved, I think he can do it.
Oh, we got Wee Woo.
Yeah, Nick Bonito.
Yeah.
Damn, speaking of Vance Joseph.
I was going to do this story today for A to Z.
Oh,
the Broncos should get the Bonito contract extension done before their week 1 game.
Now you'll be able to react to it.
Let me claim it. I got to go into the Discord and claim it.
Well, so the Broncos, they've given up some big extensions. 4 years, $120 million to Bonito. 4 years, $102 to Zach Allen. 4 years, $92 to Cortland Sutton. So Ravens big extensions this offseason. The Broncos, the Bills, the Bengals have given out sort of some extensions.
Can I give you a take after break?
You sure can. So folks, be sure to stick with us. It's almost the weekend. Time to look back and crown this week's MVP on Who Delivered, powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash Streaks, saving more every time you order. These players delivered when it mattered most. Let's break it down. I'm still talking about Tyrell Shavers as a guy who delivered this preseason for the Bills. Undrafted free agent out of San Diego State a couple years ago, spent 2 years on the practice squad. He finally puts it all together in year 3 and makes the 53-man roster. And just like Tyrell Shavers delivered for the Bills, DoorDash delivers your Saturdays. With DoorDash Streaks, you save every Saturday that you order. Stack it up all season, and you could save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep that streak alive. Fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period through November 18th.
Give me your first take. I gotta.
This one, so I guarantee I have this person's name wrong because I put down Ty as the name, and that is not their name because the take is about Ty Felton. So I think I had you've probably made errors like this before. So whoever this person is says that Ty Felton will be the second leading receiver for the Vikings after they bring in Thielen, Addison, he'll be back eventually. Hawkinson's still there.
Probably not. This feels a little too aggressive for me. I would be really excited to see what Ty Felton looks like as a marquee. Jordan Addison's not missing that much time.
Right. I also just think it's Hawkinson.
If it's not 13 games or 14 games, however many games Addison's either 3 or 4 games he's suspended for.
Right, but I'm thinking about Adam Thielen too. He's got Thielen, Jalen Naylor, part of this mix. I think it's unlikely. Ready for the next one? You got your take ready?
Yeah, give me one more.
From Jackson, people carrying and discussing numbers on jerseys and positions played is dumb.
I'm not really emotionally invested in if a wide receiver wears 0 or not. Do I think it's a little goofy looking at a quarterback like Zach Wilson wearing number 0? Yeah.
Is that his number?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's sticking with it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun. People get really mad about like pass rushers, like Parsons is wearing 1.
Yeah.
Linebacker, like Terrell Bernard's number 8 now. I don't have the energy to care about that, but I like it though. I like these conversations. It doesn't bother me, but for some people, they're like very upset. It's like it's very difficult for me to watch this player at this position wear a non-traditional number. It's like hard. I don't find myself in that position. I actually like these discussions, but ultimately I don't care. But they're fun to discuss.
Are you ready?
Yes. Are you ready is the better question.
Yes, I am. I have it framed in my head now. Half of the teams in the top 12 in cash spending.
There it is. Kyle and cash spending. Find something that is a bigger marriage right now than that.
Will have a losing record.
Well, tell me the teams.
So would you like to throw any teams out there to start? That's part of the process here, is to hijack the last bit of the show and get you guessing on who you think the top cash spending teams are in the NFL right now.
Okay, I think so. The Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles ranked 21st in the NFL in cash spent this year.
We're off to a riveting start. Here we go.
This is why it's an interesting talking point.
This is what you do. You use the restroom, and I'm telling you, you just sit there and look at the cash spending charts, and you're
no comment.
So that's a big yes. The Bills.
The Buffalo Bills are number 2 in the NFL in cash, and there's your clue. They just did a quarterback deal, right? So there's a couple other teams that either did or have done, or maybe they don't have a quarterback deal, but they're really aggressive elsewhere. The Bills are number 2 in cash spend. $334 million is $20 million more than the third place team.
The Packers.
The Green Bay Packers, 19th in cash spend.
Good Lord. The Rams.
The LA Rams are 31st in the NFL in cash spend.
Yeah, you can tell I'm all over this. This is right up my alley.
The Minnesota Vikings are the number 1 team in the NFL in cash spending.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of teams that just did a quarter, that was misleading.
I said, or they don't have a quarterback deal and they were really aggressive elsewhere.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. I didn't listen to that
Will
part.
Fries, the Ryan Kellys of the world, the defensive interior defense, the John Allens of the world, the Justin Jefferson contract.
Who are these teams?
The Jacksonville Jaguars are 3rd in cash spending this year.
Okay, losing record. Go ahead.
They have $324 million in cash spent. Minnesota had 341.
Winning record.
So we have Vikings, Bills winning record, Jacksonville the losing record for you.
Right.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 4th.
Winning record.
The San Francisco 49ers are 5th.
Maybe.
The Cleveland Browns are 6th in cash.
Losing record.
The Chicago Bears are 7th in cash spending.
Losing record.
The Houston Texans are 8th in cash spending.
They're good.
The Miami Dolphins are 9th in cash spending.
Close.
Maybe. The New York Giants are 10th in cash spending.
Losing record.
The Denver Broncos are 11th in cash spending.
Clear.
And the Indianapolis Colts are 12th in cash
Losing record. So you had 4. I had 4 yeses and 3 maybes.
Yeah.
You think half of them have losing records?
I don't, but it's a take I would submit. Because I feel like Jacksonville, Cleveland, Chicago, the Giants, and the Colts for me was 5. And then it's Miami is a fringe team. Does something catastrophically go wrong with one of what we perceive to be the playoff contenders? Does Denver have a major regression? Does San Francisco's injuries add up? And do they repeat after last year they had a losing record? So that was kind of the spirit of the take for me.
How do we get here? What prompted you to come up with this right now?
It was the Nick Bonito contract, because Denver ranks 11th, and then they're stacking the Bonito spend on top of what was a not first-round contract.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's going to put them into – Denver's probably going to be a top 6 team in cash spending this year now. I mean, they were at 3 – or they were at 299, and the team that's 7th is 309, so $10 million. It's pretty safe to assume Benito's getting a $10 million raise this year, right? With this,
I would think so. Yeah.
So go ahead.
All right. August says the rivalries uniforms are awful for many reasons, but the main reason by far is the decision to stray from teams' primary color schemes for the sake of a unique design.
I like some variety.
Yeah, we're talking about one game. You know what I mean?
And it's also supposed to invoke some elements of that area or that town or that region.
Yeah, if they were wearing these in the Super Bowl or a playoff game, okay, or all the time, sure. But we're talking one game. That's fun.
Right.
Tua's burner. We'll see if this is really Tua's burner. Actually, so part of this, I want to discuss this with you, but I also want you to know, I want you to let us know if this is something that Tua would agree with. Barbecue is a bottom 3 food genre overall. When I go out to eat, barbecue never crosses my mind. So first of all, do you think Tua agrees with that or not? Think he likes barbecue?
I mean, it's Alabama, right? Like, I'm sure they got exposure to. He's originally
I've been to Alabama a few times. You have too. You sit down, they give you the loaf of bread with some barbecue sauce. You know,
right? The Alabama nachos, right?
The Alabama nachos of chips and salsa of Alabama. Little Wonder Bread,
loaf of white bread, and barbecue sauce.
Come on, I can't do it.
So I feel like that helps Tua's case in this regard. I don't know that he would agree with this take.
Here's my thought on this. Barbecue is absolutely not a bottom 3 food genre for me. But my qualifier is definitely not what crosses my mind when I go out to eat. I never do want to go out to eat and have barbecue because that's like that's a process. You know what I mean? Your face, your hands are gonna. It's a little bit messy. I personally feel like I can cook that food at my house better. When I go out to eat, I want to go have something that would be better than if I made it at my own house. Like that's the qualifier for me.
And I think that's totally fair. I would never get barbecue out to eat because of the mess it makes.
Right.
That's it. That's it for me.
It's a business decision. But do you like barbecue? I think you do, right?
Yeah.
Bottom 3 though?
Done well. Don't make it dry, right? Like it's got to be tender. You got to have the marinade right, but like not too much. I think too much of the barbecue sauce can be overwhelming. I'm more of a dry rub guy personally.
Yeah. My pulled pork, I don't put any sauce on it. You don't need to. Done well. There it is. That's it. That's all I got.
Great. That's going to do it for us. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino. We appreciate you guys as always for checking out the show. Make it a great rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the week 1 college or NFL slate, week 2 of college football as well. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino. We are out of here. We'll talk to you all again soon.